Welcome, Capricorn. This is Eleanor with Peaches by Starlight Tarot, and we're going to do your September reading. Let's just get right to it. So for your energy, your overall energy for September, you have prosperity. So some of you might be getting promotions or raises, or if you have a business, you could be finally seeing your profits increase. But this could also show up as mental, emotional, or spiritual prosperity. Like prosperity can mean, it means growth by some definitions. So whatever it is for you, good things are expanding. So your affirmation for the first week is I listen to the intuitive wisdom of my own feelings. I am guided from within. So you might have to tune out some external advice or input and do what you feel is right at some point. It may also be helpful to get some alone time so that you can really tune into your feelings and hear them or sort them and then translate them into action without other people kind of giving their 2 cents. So your affirmation for the second week, you have, I give myself permission to switch off my mind and have some fun. So with prosperity as your overall, you may really be crushing it at work. And so this is a great week to actually enjoy some of the fruits of your labor. And your affirmation for the third week, you have, I have confidence in myself. I am ready for everything that life offers me. So yeah, a little success under your belt will definitely boost the old confidence levels. And it looks like you have a lot of abundance coming your way. And so just enjoy it and just know that you deserve it. And yeah, don't block it by saying you don't. Your affirmation for the fourth week, it says, it is safe for me to explore unknown worlds and try new things. So you might be headed off for a fresh start in October, but after this month, I see you really being ready for anything. And you're definitely set up for success in future endeavors after what you discover that you can accomplish this month. So for how people are seeing you, the Six of Wands. So your prosperity here is visible. It's apparent. And so people can see you maybe strutting a little bit and showing it off, but everyone knows that you've earned it. And so they are all happy for you and they're cheering on your success. You're showing up on top of your game and you seem to have a spotlight on you in September. So might maybe like employee of the month type thing, or receiving some kind of award or like a feature in a newsletter or something. So for your immediate environment and physical experience, you have the Ace of Cups. So this is actually an emotional energy, but we're talking about your concrete world. So there could be some like tears of joy, lots of snuggles or long talks over high-end coffee, but your environment is going to feel safe and cozy and satisfying in a way. You'll be able to look at yourself in the mirror and look around your house and feel proud of how far you've come. Disbelief even that you did it all yourself, but you did. And you might look at your like bank account and get excited that you might be able to treat yourself or a loved one. So for your mental space and communication, you have the Death card. You might wake up and realize that something used to constantly be on your mind. You haven't thought about it in a long time. It's just gone and you're someone else. And it almost feels like waking up in someone else's life. I mean, I've had that happen. It's like your job is different, your partner's different, you're living in a different place. Just sometimes life just changes in all of those different ways all at once. So you'll realize that you don't even miss someone or something anymore because you're all about your new life now. So for parenting yourself, you have the Chariot. So this explains some of the success that you're experiencing. It shows you exercising discipline over two quarreling aspects of yourself, and you're able to like wrangle them onto the same page and onto the same mission. That could be like your head and your heart getting on tasks together. It could be your masculine and feminine sides, or just like two warring agendas within you, but you're aligning them and it's paying off. Let's see, for pleasures, the King of Wands. Lots of possibilities here, but a strong one is a strong lover coming in. Someone to share your success with in a hot and steamy celebration type way. And it could also suggest, like the Six of Wands, it could be receiving an award for like one of your works of art or an outstanding completed project. But it's playful, but it's an adult, intense, playful, like more more growling and less laughing. Let's put it that way. That feels like a very adult energy. So for daily health habits and work, you have the Seven of Wands. So this is protective measures being taken here. You might be getting on top of all of the like proper annual tests that you should have for your age. Big focus on prevention when it comes to disease. So they're saying to practice extra precautions with this King of Wands here, who does look, I mean, I'm picking up like experienced lover there with that card. When it comes to work, you're just really securing your position even more after hitting some like major target. So for partnerships and contracts, you have the Eight of Cups. So all of this success and prosperity, it might put something that you've been settling for into perspective. Like what once seemed like enough now is just not measuring up to your new standards. I see you starting to scan for like a better contract, a more solid commitment, something that will meet your growing needs. And if it's not growing needs, but it's more like a growing awareness of your needs and expanding feelings of your worthiness to get them met. So for intimacy and surrender, you have the Hierophant. So this is interesting after that Eight of Cups, because you're surrendering some attachment to a traditional idea or a conventional structure that you had previously tried to pattern your life to. So adhering to a program or structure, it turned into some kind of letdown, or you're walking towards the more you see outside of conventional standards. And with this Eight of Cups next to the Hierophant, it's like you reach the top of the heap and you're like, is that it? Is that all there? There's got to be more than that. Like, this is everything on top of this is what they promised, and I'm here, and it's like, no, it's not all is advertised. So with wisdom and philosophy, you have the Sun. I wish it weren't being so dark, because this is the brightest card in the deck. Is my light on? It is. Let's just shine it there into the light. There we go. I like that better. So this is absolute clarity on your bigger picture narrative. Your outlook is positive. It's like everything for this shining moment makes sense. And it's the view from the top, actually. In fact, look, check it out. It's the card at the top of the reading somehow. What the light reveals to you is like an aha moment of, it was never about how much you could learn, how much wisdom you could amass under your belt, but how much programming you could actually undo there next to that Hierophant card. So for your reputation and legacy, you have the Four of Pentacles. So like I was talking about there with that securing your position, this is another one that's kind of the same thing, a very protected energy. But you're preserving your reputation and legacy. You're protecting your good name, and you're being conservative with the spoils of this huge win you're experiencing. So like, okay, some people have seen stories where they see stories like yours, like this before, where someone achieves everything that we all wish we could, and in taking it for granted, they blow it. You know, like stars that rise to the top, and next thing you know, they're bankrupt. And like, how did this millionaire become bankrupt and I'm making $10 an hour and I'm not? I mean, you know what I'm saying? But in your case, you'll be known as someone who handled their windfalls and their rewards responsibly. And so you're going to retain those things that you earn. So for relationship to community, you have the Nine of Wands. This is also a kind of protected thing. This one, that Four of Pentacles and that Seven of Wands, all very guarded and protected. You're seeing the world around you getting better from your vantage point of the sun up there. But at the same time, you know that we have more to go, that the journey is not over yet. And you're not going to give up because you know now what's possible. Like when things really do seem lost and that light at the end of the tunnel just is not appearing, that second win it's so hard to come by, because you're like, what is the point? But you have had a win here, and it is giving you that second win. It's like, you know, it can be done. Now that you know it can be done, and you're going to refuse to let your group or your community be defeated. So you're more determined than ever to see a broader continuation of success and an expanding groundswell of momentum. Having seen, now that you know it's possible, now there's just no excuse to give up. So for the hidden influence, you have Justice. So everything, it all makes sense. Everything is balancing out this month. That the grand karmic equation is being resolved for you right now. You're collecting on the things that you've put into, like, the vortex, as they say. I don't get too much into that, but I do know that term. It's important to remember times like these, though, because during struggly times, it's so easy to get into that defeatist mode where it feels like life is always against you and nothing ever goes your way. Balance never gets restored. Or if the world's always in balance and that means me being under it or whatever. It does get restored. It's an evolutionary function of the human brain to focus on the negative as a survival mechanism. And you have 3 survival cards here. So nothing is broken about anyone when that happens. But balance is here. It does happen. The pendulum does swing and keep swinging. So enjoy this well-earned time. It's swinging in for you. It's going to swing away and it's going to swing back again. But you see, the cool thing is you already know that with that sun up there. I'm not telling you anything you don't know. So if that helped at all, Capricorn, let me know by hitting that like button, and I'll talk to you in October. Thank you.